So classes just resumed last week, but you have 3 months under your belt now as president. How's it going?
It's going well. I couldn't have asked for a better start to a new career, to a new way of life for myself and my family. So it's been wonderful.
Yeah. Do you feel you're still trying to find your way a little bit?
I probably should tell the truth here and say there are some moments where I sit back and I do ponder. Yes.
So you spent a few years in the registrar's office, and I think that gives sort of a different insight into the type of students the college is attracting. I'm wondering what that showed you about enrollment.
Well, certainly having that understanding and really being on that front line. And, this past week with our first week of school, I spent a lot of time downstairs. A little bit of it was habitual from my past life, but certainly understanding what the student needs, what the student wants, having a pulse on what's going on in the community and so forth has really been part and parcel to our growth, to our new program development. We need to be responsive, and that is our role in the community, is to be responsive to the demands of not just our students, but having a balance and trying to ensure that we're fulfilling the needs in the industry as well.
I'm curious how enrollment's looking this fall because we know there's the major change in the policy from the federal government about international students. Are you seeing any of that impact?
Well, I can tell you that there are some very good news stories that as we round out our second week and Monday being our official day 10 where we do report, we are seeing from a domestic student. So domestic student being our local students, students from Ontario, born and raised, some from regions of Canada. We have the most domestic students we have ever had since fall of 2018. So that is very good news for us. Our Chatham campus is at an enrollment level, certainly with some help from international students, but is at an enrollment level that we haven't seen in over 10 years.
Take us behind those numbers. Why do you think that is?
Well, I can tell you we're seeing a lot of growth in a few areas of focus, certainly our skilled trades. We are seeing some increases, and quite frankly, some of the growth that we are seeing is because we've taken a different approach. We've sought out some champions within our faculty. We need their help, and they're the reasons why we can get creative and find capacity within certain programs. So our heating refrigeration program, our electrical techniques programs, which is very popular because it leads to an electrical apprenticeship. It's one of our heavy hitters. Certainly we were able to add enrollment there, and it's driven. Our EV program and greenhouse are in their second year, so you have some normal growth there. But in nursing as well, our PSW program, obviously, and our practical nurse program, again, tried to find capacity. Our community partners, our hospitals, are very much our long-term care facilities. It's all a collaborative approach. And if we get like-minded people together, we can come up with some solutions and pivot and react. That's always been St. Clair's strength, is our ability to pivot very quickly to meet the needs.
Your priority, one of the priorities you put out ahead of time, is that you want to blend the college with the Windsor Essex community. How are you planning to do that? You mentioned obviously bringing people in who are experts into the programs, but I'm wondering about building the college into the community better.
Oh, absolutely.
How do you plan to do that?
Well, certainly because we always like to believe that we are very much a pillar in the community. St. Clair can drive. St. Clair can help change and facilitate new direction and so forth through programming, but certainly we leverage our alumni association, our friendships. St. Clair is its number one resource is its people, and our people are what drives within the community. The relationships here. Just walking in this morning with my colleague John Fairley, he shook hands with everyone here and had a personal conversation. Those relationships that we have, we look to assist in any way possible. It's the means that we can. We are starting to drive elements of service into some of our programs so that our students understand what it means to give back. Windsor has a great reputation of giving back to community. Let's ensure that we are building that into our programming. It's not official. It's not part of the official curriculum, but when we have opportunities, we do so.
One of the newest things at the college this year is the Patty France Welcome Center, and the idea is to put everything under one roof. Why do you think it took so long to do this?
Well, we were fortunate enough that we were able to use our gym, partner with our student government, and use their facilities. But certainly, servicing students and St. Clair College, it was built in 1967. When I say we've been creative and have used every corner of that building, we really have. So when we come to service elements, we're a little bit all over the place. And a new individual coming in could very much, if they're counting steps, get 10,000 steps just by walking back and forth. Students, servicing is very important. It is the first it's the first thing they see.
First point of contact.
First point of contact. To get a student off and running right away, oriented to the facility, to the school, if we can take that anxiety out and give them an enclosed area where it's a one-stop shop, that's the term that we have used for 15 years. The students are on a good trajectory, and so are we.
And people who are hearing about this for the first time, just give us a list of some of the services that are in that building.
Registration admissions, parking, our international office. So the first stop that they go to, it's now becoming a landing area. Students need to make payments. We've created not that we created it, but we started to use a automated appointment. So students don't even have to come in. They can schedule appointments. They know that they can come at 1:00 because they have an appointment scheduled. They don't necessarily need to come first thing in the morning during startup and try to stand in line. So it's really been putting the students first. And putting students first is what we try to keep as front and center on everything we do.
Last year, the city pulled the plug on what would have been the big student housing project for the college at the old Grace Hospital site. So I'm wondering what state student housing is in now.
Student housing for us, to be frank, we have capacity to take more students into residence. So
you have vacancies in the residences.
We do. So I say that because we have on the brink of leasing a new facility. That's going to happen anytime now. We also in Chatham have made an arrangement for additional housing there. And when I say we have capacity, we do. So student housing hasn't been a problem for us. I know federally and provincially, and certainly within our community, housing has been a big topic of discussion. But we've pivoted. We've planned for any growth that we may have. We felt that we needed to be part of the solution. So some of our new properties that are coming on board bring us some exciting opportunities.
Where's the new lease?
So it's not finalized as of yet, but there'll be more to come on that.
Okay. Esports is attracting people to St. Clair, and Alienware and Dell have taken notice of the college as well. Can you tell us about their announcement coming up?
So on Thursday, our esports arena is something that has really brought St. Clair College, the student government, which runs our esports team, has really put us not just on a national stage, but on a global stage. Our esports teams have represented Canada on some competitions, and Dell, which has been a educational partner since I've been at St. Clair College. It's something that has been very helpful and beneficial. They're taking the opportunity to make an investment at St. Clair College and the esports arena to obviously bring some added technology, but to make that student experience much greater.
But I understand this is the largest gaming lab that they have in the country.
Mm-hmm.
That's big.
It is big.
How's that going to help the college?
Well, as noted, it is certainly student experience is a big proponent as to why students choose St. Clair. That is something that we've strived for the past 10 to 15 years. St. Clair College was a commuter school once upon a time. As we elevate our reputation and having opportunities for students, the esports arena, what is it doing? It is allowing individuals on the global stage. We're having individuals come from Europe, from East Asia, from everywhere to be a member, not to necessarily partake in the esports academic program that we have, the entrepreneurship program, but it's an outlet for them. It's an opportunity for them to build upon their educational experience.
All right, we have to leave it there because of time, but I appreciate you coming in.